December. Can you believe it? It's December, and it's Monday, and it's not a holiday. It's gotta get out of that holiday mode now. It's back to work. Yeah, December 1st. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into The Source, WOCA, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is December 1st, 2014, and it is 56 degrees. And if you're visiting from the north, trying to get away from that cold, you came to the right place. Temperatures today getting to 80 degrees. How about that? Same tomorrow, same Wednesday, same Thursday, same Friday. You picked a good week. 80 degrees and lows overnight, around 60. So you picked a really good week to come to Florida if you're visiting. And if you live here, yeah, we picked a good place to live, didn't we? And the cold temperatures were when they should have happened, on the holiday. That's what I think. I think the cold temperatures on a holiday always is appropriate. Everybody doesn't agree with that, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it anyway. But anyway, and Robin is here, of course, coming in from the dumpster.
Yep.
Good morning, Robin.
Had a date with the dumpster. Good morning, Larry.
Got a good show planned for this morning at 7:35. A couple things in the news that I thought we could kind of banter about a little bit. One of them is there's a state, what is she? State representative? State Senator Gwen Margolis. This is not the first time she's done it, but it's in the news again. She's proposing that you and I and all Floridians have the opportunity to purchase lottery tickets online.
Oh.
On the internet. And don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and we'll talk about that and see what you think. We'll kind of toss around the pros and the cons the way we see it and see what you think. And then the other thing to talk about is President Obama wants to hold some meetings today regarding what we as a nation can do to prevent another situation as happened in Ferguson. It's an interesting thing to look at. And certainly we don't like to see anybody being killed, and at the same time, what are the police supposed to do? And then the side story, which is, of course, how do you even begin to explain the looting? How does that even make sense?
I know.
But anyway,
I don't know.
The president is meeting today.
With?
Who's he meeting with? Civil rights leaders, law enforcement officials, and others, as well as his cabinet.
He heard you.
He heard me. Thank you. No, he probably
yes, he did.
No, I'm sure he didn't hear me. It makes sense. It makes sense if you're the president. What can we do? Let's meet with people who should know, and it does make sense. So I'm glad to see that, actually. 8:35, we'll talk about the news and abbreviate it. We shorten the news, and it's an interesting time because sometimes, as I'm telling you now about the news, the stories that we read at 8:35 aren't even there yet. Mm-hmm. Quite often there's a story or two that happened in the previous hour. Medical reporter, our medical correspondent, Bern Pareso, is going to be on at 9:05. She will be talking to us either in the studio or on the phone. I'm not so sure what she's doing today.
Yep.
And she gets us to be familiar with the different services that are out there, the different doctors, the different healthcare providers. And so we'll find out what she's got in mind today at 9:05. 9:20, Karen Holiday and Scott Mitchell are both spokespeople for Pig Out Ocala.
Yeah.
They're coming on the phone in the studio. What are they doing?
I'm not sure. I've got two numbers for them, but I'm not sure if they're coming in or I'm calling them.
The Junior League of Ocala's annual barbecue contest fundraising event is what Pig Out Ocala is, and they will be talking to us about that. 9:35, Mavis Albin is the team captain of the women's senior Olympic gold medalist. Well, she is one.
No, the whole team is.
The Saladrin Tigrettes, we've had them on before, or another lady, right?
Yeah.
These are the elder basketball team ladies.
Yeah, she's 77.
77, yeah.
Yep.
There's an award-winning PBS documentary called Age of Champions, the story of the Celadron. Am I saying it right? Celadron?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Tigrettes basketball team. Anyway, the Florida International State Senior Basketball Championships will be held in Fort Myers on December 13th when we're having our parade in Ocala.
Yeah, the 13th and 14th. So if you miss Saturday, go Sunday.
Matt Gibbs is currently in possession of your mother's car.
Yes, he is.
From what you say. And so that's what he does. He fixes cars.
Yep.
And yesterday, your mom's car broke down.
Yep.
You had to get a tow truck.
Sure did. Took 3 hours.
It seems like the more frustrating part of your story is getting the tow truck there.
Yeah. Well, she broke down in Wendy's, so that was a good place. So we sat there for 3 hours. They didn't kick us out, but when the tow truck came, they were closing. So I don't know what we were doing.
Oh, wow. Well, you could have called me. I would have.
I would have. Yes, I would have.
Auto Repair with Personal Care is Matt's program, and he'll be on at 10:05 to answer your automobile questions. Maybe by that time he'll know what's up with your mom's car.
Yep, and it wasn't cranking or anything. I was witness, and so was the tow truck guy, because he called. He checked the battery and stuff, and it wasn't that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Judy Diller at 10:35. She has written a book called Beyond Life, a fantasy paranormal novel based on Judy's dreams after the death of her oldest son named Charlie, who was 23 when he died in 2009 due to complications from pneumonia. Fascinating story, and can't wait to share it with you. Andy Paul at 11:05. Andy is the CEO and founder of Zero Time Selling. He's going to tell you how to amp up your sales if you're in the business of selling things.
Yep.
He's got some powerful strategies that will move customers to make fast, favorable decisions.
That's right.
Buy now, buy now, buy now.
Exactly. Get that or it'll be gone. This holiday.
Stephanie Oswald at 11:20. Stephanie is an award-winning international travel expert, and she's going to give us some tips, some stress-free travel tips for the holidays. Always fun.
Yeah.
Fun with Joe today. I veered from the whole holiday thing just for a little while.
Okay.
As we get closer to Christmas, I'll bring it back into the picture.
Right.
Today I have some sound bites. I haven't done sound bites in a while. And your job is simply to identify the singer in the sound bite.
Oh, wow.
Just tell me who's singing. Tell me who's singing.
Nice.
My topic with Galen Unol today, when Galen is on from Life South in about a half hour, 35 minutes or so, it's a kind of a risky one because I don't really have anything prepared. I'm kind of depending on Galen and you, and maybe our listeners, to tell me about some specific people in your lives, some exact people. You name the people or their relationship to you. If you don't want to say their name, you can say my uncle instead of Uncle Johnny, whatever.
Yeah, right.
but the question that we'll get to that person, whoever that person is this. I'm going to find a gift online. And I'm going to say, if I was going to buy a fill in the blank, let's say a motorcycle, that'd be a nice gift, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If I was going to buy a motorcycle for somebody, I don't know anything about motorcycles, and I don't want to go to a salesperson because obviously they're going to try to sell me a bike. So who do you know personally that would be give you the best advice on buying a motorcycle? And everybody has their own answer to this question.
Yeah.
You see, but I want to hear about some of the people you guys know. You can get, and I'll give my 2 cents if I know somebody that fits the thing. So it could be a motorcycle. It could be like in Galen's case. See, I would go to Galen for fish tank information. If I was going to buy a fish tank for somebody, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who is as dedicated to the whole fish tank hobby as he is.
That's right.
So he would be the perfect person to go to. And that's kind of how I had this idea.
Exactly.
Now, if I came to mind when you were asking about guitars, I would come back at you with, I really don't know a whole lot about guitars.
I know.
I really don't. I play 2 of them. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
I've played a couple in my life, but I really don't know much about them.
Oh, then I'll go to Guitar Center.
Yeah, then you will go to a salesperson.
You can't help me. You'll go to Guitar Center.
But see, I could give you advice, even though I couldn't recommend the brand name. Well, I could recommend the brand name on some guitars.
Yeah, but it has to sound good, and the only way you can hear how it sounds good.
But a Martin guitar almost always sounds good. You know this, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So I guess I could give advice. Never mind. I take it back.
At Sound Exchange. It was one.
I know. I've never owned one. You know why? They're very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very expensive, Robin.
They're a lot of zeros.
All right. So good Monday morning to everybody. You made it through the weekend. I guess, is it back to school today?
Yes, it is.
For the kids? Okay, back to school, back to work. Had a pretty good weekend. Friday, we Went through the mall. Friday was such a busy day for us.
Yeah, it was such fun.
My goodness, we went singing in the mall. Doug was hanging mistletoe over people's heads.
People were kissing. That was so nice.
That was kind of fun. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
So last year we started a tradition. The fact that we're doing it again means it's a tradition, right?
Yes, it is.
So we were asked by the mall last year if we would walk around the mall singing Christmas carols for about an hour, several days during the Christmas season.
Yep.
Are we doing it today, by the way?
It's up to us.
It's up to us. Well, yeah, why don't we do it today?
Okay.
So we were asked to do this, and we had this idea to incorporate into this year's Christmas caroling a clump of mistletoe.
Yeah.
And we tied it to the end of a long candy cane. It's not a real candy cane. And the idea is to hang it over the heads of couples, that look like they are together, And so Doug was with us, our friend Doug. So we had him be the mistletoe person. And he was hanging it over the heads of people as we were singing Christmas carols. And it was very funny to watch. I mean, some people would just, this is nice. And they would give a kiss. And other people would applaud when they see them kiss.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Couple of people turned Doug away and said, get out of here or something like that.
Yeah, I made a mistake on one couple.
He made a mistake.
I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you told him go ahead, and it turned out to be two women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to tell.
Well, one was really cold, so she had a big coat on. So
yeah.
With a hoodie,
Don't tell her.
Really tell.
Well, don't tell us you look like a man.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. A tragic end to the search for a missing Ohio State University football player. The body of Costa Carageorge found in a dumpster yesterday. Columbus Police Sergeant Rich Weiner.
Preliminary investigation is showing that he died from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We have recovered a firearm at the scene.
Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the FBI is joining the search for a college student who disappeared on Thanksgiving Eve. Shane Montgomery vanished after being escorted out of a bar.
Nobody saw anything. That bothers me that nobody saw anything.
His mother, Karen Montgomery, in unconditional resignation.
There is no severance agreement with Officer Wilson and the City of Ferguson. The City of Ferguson will not be making a severance payment to Officer Wilson.
Mayor James Knowles. Violent protests erupted after a grand jury refused to indict Darren Wilson for killing Michael Brown. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Cavuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baird.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The number one place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing. At Fox Business, we don't have a problem with success. We have a very big problem with those who get in the way of it. We don't come out of the box bashing those who make money, just the politicians stealing it and the bureaucracies wasting it. We're not just sitting behind a desk. We're out in the field, on the floor, with the folks. Because when a story moves forward, so do we.
Fox Business, the power to prosper. Check your local listings. Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
We can easily get tempted into making an impulse buy in a short aisle. Get what's on your list and don't pay attention to an aisle's length. A bout of the flu can quadruple the odds of having a heart attack. That's because the flu virus inflames arteries, and being dehydrated makes things worse because it makes blood stickier and more likely to clot. You know, one of the best ways to increase productivity and get things done faster is to put your iPod on shuffle.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice looking Monday morning, the first day of December. 1 month from now, it'll be the first day of 2015.
Yeah.
Kind of obvious, right?
Yes.
56 degrees. If you are visiting from up north, you picked a good time to do that. This is a great week weather-wise. Knock on granite here.
Yep.
80 degrees, the expected high temperature every day. 60 degrees, the expected low temperature every night. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
80 is not hot, it's not cold, it's just nice, right?
Feels good.
Sunny skies. Well, we do have rain toward the end of the week.
Yeah.
By the way, the only...
It's the first Friday art walk, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it's also Symphony Under the Lights. A few people have come up to me at different times this weekend to ask when that was happening because they were concerned because they go to the first Friday art walk. They didn't think they could do both. And I said, well, yeah, there's the Ocala Symphony Orchestra Symphony Under the Lights is Friday at Circle Square, but the first Friday art walk is going on from 6 to 9, so you'll be able to do both.
Oh, and then we'll really have nobody coming to see us there.
Yeah, right.
We'll really be down at the end of the street all by ourselves. Okay, well, anyway, there is one hazard in the weather that they want you to know about, and if you remember that crash on I-75 a few years ago, don't take fog lightly. The hazard is about fog. Was it foggy on your way in this morning?
No, not this morning. It was crisp this morning.
So they are expecting very, very heavy fog tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning.
Oh, I'll have it done, yeah. Because it's a foggy area where
very, very foggy, bad news when it's foggy.
Okay.
Just bad news. Remember that bad wreck on I-75 by Payne's Prairie?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what year that was, but that was pretty bad.
That was awful.
All right, there is one ribbon cutting I need to tell you about. It's at the Gateway Bank on Osceola Middle School camp. No?
Right, at Osceola Middle School.
Okay.
On the campus, yeah. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
All right. And it'll be tomorrow at 7:20 in the morning.
Yep.
So the Gateway Bank, is there a bank on the campus?
Now there's going to be.
Really?
Yep. They're going to have a bank on Osceola Middle School campus.
Okay.
Gateway Bank is the one with the porch across from Ocala Shopping Center. Pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be a bank on their campus. Okay. Yep. So there's a ribbon cutting tomorrow morning. The school is at 526 Northeast Tuscaloosa Street. On Friday, I had dinner with my son and his wife, and one of his wife's, I think, uncles was a retired teacher from Osceola Middle School.
Oh, how nice.
I think he said 33 years or something like that. He had been a teacher over there.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, let's see. Some things in the news. Well, this first one, let's see if we want to discuss this, see how far this goes. and then we'll talk about the president's request for a summit today. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong paper.
Okay.
There's a state senator. Her name is Gwen Margolis, and she is proposing for the third consecutive year. She's from Coconut Grove. She's a Democrat. She has proposed an online lottery bill that would make it possible for people who wanted to buy into the Florida lottery, buy a ticket, in other words, to be able to do so online. Retailers are not so happy with that because they feel like that will cause them to lose revenue. So let's look at this from a couple of different perspectives. First of all, do you think it'll get people who shouldn't be gambling away their paychecks to be doing it even at a greater speed or with more ease? Or do you think that doing it online is actually not going to change any of that? Like, if you're going to buy tickets, you're going to buy tickets.
Exactly. The government shouldn't tell the people that, oh, you're spending too much of your paycheck on lottery, on gambling, you got to back off. The government shouldn't be saying that. The people are going to be gambling, whether it's online or from a bookie in a private house.
So from that perspective, you don't see any reason to not have it?
No.
Okay.
No.
What about the perspective of the retailers losing money? I heard that they only got like a nickel on every dollar.
I don't think they'll lose money because if you allow people to buy lottery tickets online, that means they can use debit and credit cards. And as it is right now, you go to the retailer and all you have, you can only pay cash.
Oh, really?
But if
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if they allow debit and credit cards online,
really,
the retailers are going to have to take them. So, I don't think they'll lose money because they're going to have to.
So why would you gamble on a credit card? I guess you can do that in Vegas. You can. See, that's dangerous to me, being able to gamble on a credit card. I don't know. But anyway, the one good thing I see. Okay, I'm going to tell you that I think I disagree with you a little bit about the ease, the first issue. I think people will sit at home gambling when they might not have otherwise. So we're differing an opinion of that, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just thinking, I don't know. And as far as the being able to use them, I don't use credit cards. Gosh, maybe it just falls right back into the same category. If you're going to gamble, you're going to gamble. But the good news, the one thing I do see as a positive, the one thing that frustrates me a lot is if I'm going to the checkout line at a convenience store and there's somebody ahead of me getting like 1,000 tickets or something like that. Oh, yeah,
that's annoying.
That is annoying. So that person could then do it online instead of having to stand in line, right?
Yeah, that's why the grocery stores are great because they all have a separate line for lotteries. So.
That's
why they're great. But Jiffy stores.
But I wonder if they actually like that, or is it just something they put up with?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Is that you, Larry?
It is me. Who's this? This Norm?
Norm.
Yeah.
Hey, Norm. How you doing?
Well, pretty good. I think of you people quite often.
Where are you?
I'm home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got some hospital time in.
Oh, okay.
I want to give you a slam on that thing in Ferguson.
Okay, go ahead.
Of course, that's hooligans. Hooligans come to town and hoorah'd the town. And Clint Eastwood wasn't there to stop them. People forget about a lot of things. When they had that riot in California, the Chinese people that owned stores, etc., armed themselves and nobody entered those stores. And the whole thing is criminal.
Looting.
Don't fall out of town.
Yeah, looting is criminal, no question about it.
It's like somebody coming into your town and taking over the town.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what will we do without police protection? Suppose the police decide to quit.
Yeah, boy, it's hard to argue with you today, Norm. Not that I want to argue with you.
I'm glad you guys are swinging along.
Yeah, well, hope you're doing okay.
And okay, have a nice day, folks.
Thank you, Norm. Good to hear from you.
Bye.
Yeah, we've been worried about Norm because we haven't heard from him in a while.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So he kind of took. So I guess we've kind of gone to the end of our discussion about the online lottery. There's not a whole lot. I don't have any passion for this subject.
Yeah.
I do. Norm brought up the other topic, which is the Ferguson thing with the president today, so we'll switch over to that. But just to end the discussion on the lottery, our state legislature our legislators voted twice in the past to not go ahead with this. Maybe this time they will. And I guess if I were in their shoes, would I allow it or would I not? In spite of my difference with you, I think I would allow it. Because, I mean, you can buy anything online. By the way, you can already gamble online, correct?
Yes.
So I think I would rather give the people. See, I think that the state lottery is more likely to be legitimate, even though a lot of people will lose money. That's the way gambling is.
Yeah.
I think there's probably some of these online gambling things where nobody ever gets anything. People are just betting and everybody loses. Nobody ever wins.
Yeah. Horse racing is a good example.
Well, yeah, but that's legitimate.
Online. Yeah.
But that's legitimate. I'm saying there's probably some gambling, like in some foreign gambling thing.
Oh, okay.
And they promise, look, your odds are 17-1. Oh, man, I'm going to play. And then you lose.
Yeah.
And there really was no odds. There really was no game. There really was no nothing. You just put your money in your slot and boom, you're done. At least if it was a state-run lottery like the lottery, I mean, state-run gambling like the lottery, I don't know. All right, well, like I said, I'm not really that passionate about it. However, if I was in that office and if I was asked to vote, I think I would vote for it. Even though I do have some hesitation about that. All right, let's take a little break, and when we come back, let's talk about the president's meeting today. He wants to hold a meeting today on the Ferguson issues and everything surrounding that. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, times of clouds and sunshine. There can be a brief shower at spots, the high 76 to 80. And partly cloudy tonight. There may be a shower along the coast, lows ranging from the upper 50s well inland to about 65 along the coast. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a couple of brief showers around, high 74 to 78. And for Wednesday, partly sunny, high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Kevin Harvick wins the final race of the year and the championship. I'm Joe Moore. This is the Coca-Cola Monday Morning Race Refresher, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Open a Coke and enjoy the race.
What does it mean to add refreshing Coca-Cola to an ordinary day? It means your family's celebrating the 5th of July. It's turning the living room floor into the best seat in the house. We're spending a weekend losing your voice while finding it. It means sitting down with a delicious Coke and interrupting the interruptions. After all, there are 364 other days that would love some fireworks. So grab an ice cold Coke and make any day a holiday. Coca-Cola. Open happiness.
Kevin Harvick was strong when he needed to be at the end of the Ford EcoBoost 400 last night at Homestead Miami Speedway. Kevin won the race and the 2014 Sprint Cup Series Championship.
This week ate me up. If it wasn't for Jimmy Johnson and Tony Stewart, I'd have been in bad trouble this week. You know, those guys really helped me get through the week, and just, today was fine. I was a little bit anxious both days in practice and overdriving the car and not doing things that I needed to be doing. And after every practice, Jimmy was in there. Our team debriefs. Tony was constantly telling me, just go race. It's just another race. And today it was. It all worked out. So just really proud of everybody.
Chase contender Ryan Newman finished second last night. It was Brad Keselowski coming in third, Paul Menard fourth, and Jamie McMurray fifth. Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Clint Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, and Jeff Gordon, the rest of the top 10. Harvick got the championship and won it by just 1 point over Ryan Newman. Denny Hamlin, third in the season finale, and Joey Logano finished fourth in the championship. Again, Kevin Harvick wins the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series title. I'm Joe Moore. That's the Monday Morning Race Refresher, sponsored by Coca-Cola on the Motor Racing Network.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock, just a beautiful Monday morning, the first day of December 2014, 56 degrees here at the Source WOCA, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall, just outside the WOCA commissary.
Yeah.
And it is the Christmas season officially, and welcome to it.
Yep.
It'll be over in about 26 days or 31 days, depending on if you go to the end of the month or to the day after Christmas.
Right.
Some people go. You go way into January.
Three Kings. It's like
that's
the
your
first
thing.
weekend.
That's your tradition.
Yeah, for the that.
So yours
that's
is like
the Three
January
Kings Day.
7th.
Yeah.
So you don't have a tree up yet, do you? No.
No, my tree's not up yet.
All right. So let's talk about this news item.
My mother's is.
President Barack Obama will discuss the situation in Ferguson, Missouri today with his cabinet. He has invited civil rights leaders to show up as well, law enforcement professionals, and officials from other different walks of life. The White House says the president's cabinet meeting will focus on his administration's review of federal programs that provide military-style equipment to law enforcement agencies. The White House says the president will also meet with young civil rights leaders to discuss the challenges posed by mistrust between law enforcement and communities of color.
Sounds like he's already got solutions and not asking anybody their solutions.
He will then meet with government and law enforcement officials, as well as other community leaders, to discuss how to strengthen neighborhoods. Protests have continued in Ferguson and around the nation, but have been more muted than the violence sparked last week by the grand jury's decision not to indict the police officer in the shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown. That police officer, by the way, I'm sure you know, has resigned from the police force, and it was announced in the news, I just heard a little while ago, that he will not be getting any severance pay, which to me implies that the police department themselves may, I don't know, I wonder what they do think, but I don't want to put words in their mouth.
No.
But they may disagree with the grand jury decision. If I were a police officer, see, I don't know. See, I can't say anything because I don't know the whole story. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's easy to put yourself in somebody else's shoes when you think you know the story, but you really don't. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even going to go. I was going someplace I shouldn't have gone. But here's probably a fact. I think if both the police officer and Michael Brown had been the same race, had they both been white or both been black, this wouldn't have happened.
Or reverse like the other one you said.
Or reversed, yeah. That's also true. But I think that's the issue right there, is when people come to a conclusion that the shooting was because of a racial difference. Mm-hmm. That's when they get up in arms and start rioting. Not that it's the right thing to do, but that seems to be the way it is. Mm-hmm. People will start, and I would love to pull any one of them aside and say, well, okay, you've got your arms filled with merchandise that you didn't pay for, that you stole from a building you broke into, from somebody who owns that business, who had nothing at all to do with the police shooting or with the criminal activity of the young man who got shot. Mm-hmm. This is an innocent person you just stole all that merchandise from. That person will now have to pay for that merchandise so that you can have it. Yeah. And you'll probably sell it on eBay. Explain to me how that in any way solves any problem at all, if we have a problem at all. Mm-hmm. Explain that. Well, you can't get them to explain it. It's like trying to get a terrorist to explain, because it's unreasonable. You can't reason with unreasonable people.
Yeah.
That's my conclusion in life. You can't reason with unreasonable people. And so I think what the president is doing is actually a good thing. It's exactly what I think he should be doing, is talking to people who know more about it than he would. He's never been in law enforcement. So, yeah, get people in law enforcement. You're a leader. When you're a leader, you get people to talk to you about what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, the part of this that I wonder what you all have to say about is regarding the federal programs that provide military-style equipment to law enforcement agencies. I mean, do we need that? Do we need the federal government, your tax dollars, to pay for weapons that were intended for warfare as opposed for the normal police activities?
Well, that's the problem, because instead of him getting everybody together like you suggested and saying, okay, we had this problem in Ferguson, what is your opinion on how we can talk about it to not have this happen again? He's already come up with solutions by, proposing this, and he shouldn't do that. He should wait till he hears from the people that actually live there every day before putting his 2 cents in.
But I think, okay. But I think what he's doing as far as meeting with everybody is the right thing to do.
Oh, certainly.
Because maybe somebody in law enforcement will say, sir, excuse me, but here's why we need those things. Or maybe they'll say, you know what, from now on, maybe we could have, I don't know, a weapon that shoots lead and a weapon that shoots rubber. I don't know.
Right, or improved tasers or whatever.
I have no idea. But good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling.
Hey, thanks, Larry. It's Mark, and thank you, Robin, for being there every day. Larry, I've called the show before, and I did wear a uniform and a badge and carried a gun as a city Miami policeman. This phenomenon that not trying to upset Robin, that seems to catch her attention twice. I've been listening to the show. Is a phenomenon that's been going on way before any of us even heard of the president's name. There's a Vietnam veteran, Special Forces Vietnam veteran, and former. Actually, he's was a trainer for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The County Sheriff's Department of Los Angeles has one of the best reputations in the country, and it's referred to as the militarization of the police, and also the policification of the military. And what we're seeing is and if we even just, irregardless of my comments, if you just look at Marion County and a sheriff that we used to have here, without naming names, who actually had a good reputation, there, a lot of counties in Florida were buying surplus military gear at a good rate, even though they probably didn't need it for whatever reasons. And that's part of the militarization of the police. I think there are different concepts when it comes to law enforcement. Of course, what would work in New York City wouldn't necessarily work in, a spread out county in Central Florida. So, foot patrols and bicycle patrols and, more citizen engagement. We live in a state where cars and transportation is the big thing. But I just would make a comment, if you don't mind, about the actual shooting, just from what we, the readers and consumers, can take out of it. The short time, Larry, I spent in law enforcement, I was in a number of situations where I would have been justified to use what's called deadly force. And in every academy in the United States, when the policeman is learning how to shoot, he's taught how to shoot what's referred to as center mass. Now, the legal language changed from shoot to kill to shoot to from shoot to stop to shoot to kill, actually. And 2-round center mass or 1-round center mass is a deadly shot. There's no one, and I was actually quite good with a handgun, Larry. I fired distinguished expert at the academy, which is above expert. No one is able to hit a moving target like a hand or an arm or a leg. Not inferring anybody in the studio there thinks that's possible, but I'm just sharing that with the public. And the other issue is, I think when you see 2 pedestrians walking down the street in a predominantly a black neighborhood, and you happen to be a white policeman by yourself, and a young guy, and he should not be judged for his youth in a critical way, is he challenged the bigger of the 2 guys, just from a rudimentary human standpoint. When you see 2 young guys and one guy's bigger than the other, he's probably the tough guy out of the 2. Not always. He might be the more peaceful person. You can't ever tell. So in other words, when one human being challenges 2, you're going to elicit a response, even though the other individual is in uniform. And the policeman had all the authority to do that. And I will just close so you can take other callers, Larry. The struggle in the car may have been justified. The shooting in the car may have been justified. That I don't know the exact facts. I don't know that any of us do. But the moment Michael Brown flees from the squad car situation, the moment he takes one step away, the use of deadly force is no longer authorized because he is Michael Brown, not in possession of the policeman's weapon or a deadly weapon himself. And so shooting an unarmed American in America is not only wrong, it's illegal. And shooting an unarmed combatant in Iraq is also illegal if you're in a military uniform. So y'all have a great day, and let's pray for peace.
Yeah, exactly. Pray for peace is right. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Well, and he was a police officer. So, I mean, you have to take his word for what's going on. And that 2 shots to the deadly center mass, what do you call it? That's probably exactly right. But again, I wonder if because of the fact that when we hear about a police officer who shoots an unarmed teen who happens to be the same race, we don't hear about rioting.
No.
That's usually true.
Yes.
Not to say that we don't hear about an uproar from the people, but we don't hear about rioting. We don't hear about businesses being burned and looting and all that. So do you think, and is this even feasible? It seems like taking 2 steps back, but do you think it's feasible to perhaps have black communities only patrolled by black police officers? White community, I mean, it's impossible. I suppose I'm proposing something very hard to do. Nor should it be done because it's just unfair. I mean, we're supposed to be living in a society where we all get along.
Exactly.
And guess what? We all do.
Yeah.
We all do get along. But every once in a while, something like this will flare up. And I don't know if we, the media, are at fault. I think in some way we are. I don't know. This we are in this radio station. But I think sometimes the media in general is at fault. Gosh, I wish somebody calling in right now. I kind of wish you would have called earlier. We will take a little break. Galen Unold is up next from Life South. And I'll let him call this shot. If he wants to keep talking about it, that's okay. Otherwise, I have something kind of fun to talk about with him. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA. Anyway, the news is the president is going to talk about it today, and I think that's a good thing. So we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Protesters in Ferguson, Missouri pushing for a much wider response today to the no indictment ruling in the shooting death of an unarmed black teen by a white police officer.
Activists are calling for a nationwide walkout today. Whether people are at school or at work, they are calling for them to leave in order to shut down the country in protest of the grand jury's decision and of police violence everywhere.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. President Obama today to discuss the situation with civil rights leaders, law enforcement officials, and others. An Ohio State football player missing since last Wednesday, found dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Students held a vigil last night for Costa Carey George.
I was having dinner with my friends when we heard the news, and the room just went quiet.
Band member Matt Urbanik. Carey George's body found in a dumpster near his Columbus apartment. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from FoxNews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Every Mike in Mike Scottsville liked Christmas a lot. But there was one tiny problem where someone may not. While they were all enjoying their Christmas roast beast, not everyone everywhere had such a fine feast. The phone was ringing at Central Headquarters shop. Somewhere, someone's water was never ever going to stop. They plugged it with rags, cotton balls too, and even added a didgeridoo. But their efforts were thwarted, no matter their intent. The water kept coming, and coming it went. Their frantic voice told a story of woes. But the operator on the line was a professional pro. She said with a smile, "Don't worry a bit. Mike Scott Plumbing is on the job, and we have toolkits." But what about the large bill that's coming, she'd say. We don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. Mike Scott Plumbing wishes you and yours a happy, happy holiday and many, many more.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same